Let's just say what everyone's been afraid to say out loud. There's this lingering, persistent, and frankly exhausting obsession with penis size, and not just size in general length. Specifically, how much of it a woman can take. This question, which gets whispered in locker rooms, asked in internet forums, and tossed around in adult films like it's the holy grail of sex, has created so much confusion and worse, so much unnecessary shame. For men, for women, for everyone. So I want to answer this question fully, deeply, and honestly, no fluff, no shame, no sugar coating. But to answer it properly, we've got to go way beyond the physical mechanics. Because this question is not just about anatomy, it's about insecurity, it's about misunderstanding, it's about ego, yes, but also about a culture that has confused performance with connection and myth with truth. Let's start with the facts. The average vaginal canal is about 3 to 4 inches in depth when a woman is not sexually aroused. But the human body, and especially the female body, is not static. It's responsive. It's incredible, it changes. When a woman becomes sexually aroused, her body prepares, her cervix lifts, her vaginal canal lengthens and expands. This isn't random, it's biology. Arousal allows the vagina to expand sometimes up to 5, 6, even 7 inches, and in some cases more. Not because she's trying to take something, but because her body knows how to accommodate, protect, and adapt. That's the nature of arousal. So technically, yes, a woman can take quite a bit, depending on how aroused she is, how comfortable she is, how relaxed her body is, how safe she feels, and how gradually things build. That last part matters. You don't just go from 0 to 60. And if you do, you're not making love, you're likely causing pain or creating tension. That's a fact, but here's where most people get it completely wrong. Length, and I mean the long fantasy. Level length is not what leads to pleasure. Let me say that again for every person who's been brainwashed by porn. Length is not what creates pleasure. In fact, most of the nerves, most of the actual sensation in the vaginal canal exist in the first 2 inches. Yes, 2 inches after that, it becomes far less sensitive. It's not built for deep, repeated pounding. It's built for connection, for nuance, for pressure, rhythm, and intimacy, not just depth. And let's be real, going too deep can actually cause pain. You know what's at the end of the vaginal canal? The cervix. And the cervix is not designed to be punched, jabbed, or smacked. It's not a target. It's a part of the reproductive system. And for many women, hitting the cervix during sex doesn't feel good. It feels sharp, crampy, or just uncomfortable. Yet we have this whole generation of men who are taught to think that going deeper, longer, and harder is the pinnacle of good sex because that's what they saw on camera. But what they saw wasn't real sex. It was a performance, and it wasn't made for the woman's pleasure, it was made for the camera. So let's pull the plug on that lie, because it's hurting people. It's making men worry that they are not enough when they are. It's making women feel like they have to take something just to be considered sexy or good in bed, even if it doesn't feel good, even if it hurts, and it's making intimacy into a contest when it should be a collaboration. You want to know what makes someone good in bed? Listening, slowing down, reading your partner's body language, checking in, making adjustments, creating an environment where she can relax enough to actually enjoy herself, where she can feel safe, playful, open, and free. You could be 9 inches long, but if you're disconnected, if you're selfish, if you're rushing or ignoring her reactions, then guess what? It doesn't matter. It's not going to feel good, and no one is going to remember you fondly just because of your size, because what we remember is how we felt. Were we seen? Were we heard? Were we respected? Did it feel good not just physically, but emotionally? And let me say this clearly for the men who worry about being too small, your worth is not measured in inches. Your ability to satisfy someone has nothing to do with being above or below average. The truth is, the average erect penis is around 1 to 5 inches. That's the norm. That's what most people are walking around with. And guess what? That is more than enough. More than enough to bring someone pleasure. More than enough to satisfy. More than enough to create connection if you know what you're doing. And for the women who have ever felt like something was wrong with them because sex hurt, or they felt tight, or they couldn't handle A certain size, there is nothing wrong with you. Let me repeat that. There is nothing wrong with you. Your body is not broken. Your comfort matters. Your boundaries matter. And if someone makes you feel like you need to override your instincts just to please them, then that's not sex, that's coercion. And it's not okay. Sex is not a challenge to be conquered. It's a relationship, a feedback loop, a shared experience. So when we ask how much a woman can take, we are asking the wrong question. What we should be asking is, how can we create better sex? Safer sex, more satisfying sex, and the answer is not about stretching the limits of anatomy. It's about showing up, being present, learning about each other, communicating clearly and often, asking, does this feel good? Instead of assuming, slowing down, playing, exploring. That's what actually makes sex incredible. Not the size of a penis, not how much a woman can take, but how much both people are willing to give emotionally, attentively, intentionally. So the next time someone asks, how long can a woman take? I want you to say this: that depends. How connected is she? How safe does she feel? How aroused is she? How well are you listening? Because that's what makes all the difference. You want to be unforgettable in bed. Show up fully, be gentle, be curious, take your time, learn her rhythms, learn what opens her up, and I don't mean just physically. I mean emotionally, psychologically, because that's the real secret. The vagina might stretch to accommodate length, but the mind and the heart, that's where real pleasure begins. So stop trying to perform, start trying to connect, because what she can take is far less important than what you both can build together. And that's the truth.